Hello, everybody. This is Botany and Zoe. This is Mr. Crook again. Hey, I just want to make this quick video to go over project number 4, just so everyone knows exactly what to do here and how to go through it and stuff. So this one's pretty simple, actually, and I think it's something that we've all seen. So I'm hoping it's rather quick for you. So what I want you guys to do really quickly when you're doing this, I got to remember what I have opened up here. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. Um, for this, what I want to do before I even go into it is I want to watch this video. So when you start this, it's going to talk about, well, basically the project is you're going to look at, well, there's two parts, and I'll go into this, and I should have had the other part open. But basically, what's happening here is you're going to be looking at an earthworm, and I'm just going to hurry and open this up here when I can find it. I should have just had it ready, I guess. Okay, here we go. So I already have the video opened up. So when this pulls up here, for this part, the first part here, what you're going to do is you're going to look at an earthworm. And when you look at the earthworm, maybe this is not the right one. There we go. I needed the instructions. That's what we need. Okay, so it says, if possible, examine an earthworm. If not, you can watch a live video and look at it that way. So like I said, this one's going to be a rather quick project. I don't even know if it should be considered a project, honestly. But hey, I don't make this, and so we're just going to stick it in there until I can find something better to fill it up with. So anyways, when you're doing this, you're going to look at an earthworm. If you go outside right now, wait till it rains, go out and look at an earthworm. Hey, if you want to go fishing later, go to the local grocery gas station and buy some earthworms there. Go fishing afterwards, okay? But before you do, I want you to look at an earthworm. And when you watch an earthworm, I want you to look at how it moves around, okay? So here's a video I want to play for you. And while it's watching, I just want you to observe how it moves around. Okay, and specifically looking at its longitudinal and horizontal muscles that they have. And obviously you can't see that, but think about what effect do those two muscles have on the earthworm.
Skeletons or other rigid structures to interfere.
Okay, so we will just pause right there because that's what kind of correlates to this. So when you watch that video, and I will put a link to that video here as well. So if you want to watch that, you can. But basically, you can see how it moves around. Okay, and that's going to help you because when we go to the Unit 4 project, there will be 2 questions that you'll need to answer for this first part, and I will pull those up and show you. Okay, and so the first question, it says here, after examining earthworm movements, explain what role the longitudinal and circular muscles have on how the earth moves, how it wiggles around. And so just be sure to explain that, and you can use the video to do that as well. Okay, now here's question number two. Oh, and I guess this is for the second part, and so I'll just jump into that right now. So I guess with the worm, you're going to answer that first question there, and that's it. Okay, that video should have helped you, and there's a lot of other resources that you went over in the project or before the project. And really quickly, before I go into that, let's look at some of those because there is a worksheet that goes over this as well. All right, come on, computer. Yeah, so here it is. So here's this movement worksheet. This kind of preps you for that. And so I would strongly recommend going over this and filling it out. What are the main, so read that passage there, but describe the structure of the earthworm's body. I think it's quite fascinating. A lot of you guys might say, well, um, annelids and earthworms, man, they're not that interesting. Maybe you like the bigger, larger animals, and a lot of people are like that. But I want you to try and find as you go through this course, and as you have gone through this course already, look at how different things are and how they've been adapted to their environment. Here are these earthworms here. If you ever dissect one, they're very simplistic inside in a way. They just have one canal that goes through their body. Their digestive it's a digestive tract, and it's super simplified. But imagine how developed they are. Here they have two types of muscles that help them move around. They have those setae in their that are on their bottom of their body that help grasp the ground so that they can hold there, and they just they carry out such a valuable niche in our ecosystem that without them, decomposition would just, I mean, there's just a lot of effects that it would have on our ecosystem. Earthworms are valuable and they're so important, and you can see how they've been adapted over time to live in their environment that they have. And if you continue watching that video, it goes into the senses and stuff, and it's very interesting to see how they kind of sense the world around them, being so simple. Okay. And so please, as you're going through this, even though it's maybe something that maybe doesn't quite interest you, try and find something that is interesting, because honestly, it's the small things in life that make such a massive difference, especially in life science and biology. Okay. So when you go into this one, this last part is you're going to write a short research paper on spider silk. You guys, spider silk is a fascinating thing, and I actually find this super interesting because I went to school. I got my bachelor's degree at Utah State, and at Utah State, they do a lot of research with spider silk. And what they found is it's got a super strong strength to it. And let's just look up a little bit here. So this is, I just want to show you a couple things just because um, I went to school here and I'm just gonna toot the horn of Utah State here. But basically, I'll play this video for you. But this is spider silk here. University of Utah, or not the university. Ew, no, not them. Utah State University has found ways to kind of synthesize this spider silk. So, anyways, watch this. It's very interesting.
Why spider silk? An ancient biomaterial for the future. Spider silk has a tensile strength that is higher or as high as any man-made material and provides that with elasticity that in combination far exceeds the material properties of any non-woven universally occurring manner. Even one interesting thing about it, spider silk is one of the fundamentals not only climate, but for feeding all the individuals. Soil filters the flowing water
All right, so we'll stop there. Um, so I hope this was as interesting to you as I find it. Um, with my master's degree that I just completed, um, what my emphasis was in epigenetics, and this follows right through that, and so that's why I had to show it with you. If you notice, they've done several things here. Basically what they're doing is they're trying to find ways to synthesize this spider silk, because obviously you can't I mean, they could raise a bunch of spiders and collect their spider silk, but that is just not feasibly possible to supply the world with what it needs. And so they've done several different things. Couple ways they've been trying to find ways to biosynthesize this, but other ways that they've done is they've actually um, done some epigenetic, or they've done some genetic work here. Okay, and so what they've done is they've actually genetically modified these different organisms to make spider silk be in different organisms. They did. When I was watching the video, it talked about two of them. In the silkworm, they've done it in there, and then the one that really fascinates me is in the goat. And so what they've done is they've placed that gene for to synthesize that spider silk in the milk, or into the goat, in their mammary glands, and so then when they milk, they create milk. In that milk is spider silk. Okay, very interesting. Right here, I don't want to go into it too much, but basically, this is a brand new process right here, strategy. It's called CRISPR. If you want to go into it more, please look it up. It's CRISPR-Cas9. This is very, very recent, as you can see, July 12th, 2019. Very, very recent. But when you're looking at this, CRISPR is a fascinating thing. It's actually a mechanism that they found in bacteria that they can alter DNA. And so, what they've done is researchers have developed CRISPR to be able to go in and cut out parts of a genome. They could cut out a specific gene. They can, and they can also cut DNA and place an entire gene inside of the genome. And what's fascinating about this is it does a double. Um, if you remember how DNA, it's got the two backbones, and basically this CRISPR will cut entirely the DNA in half. So it'll cut the two backbones, and it causes your cell to say, massive issue here. My DNA is cut in half, and it'll go in and embed that gene in there and fuse it back together using the cell's machinery. But anyways, I'll put this link in here as well that you can look at. But this right here is going to talk about how they've used CRISPR to advance synthetic spider silk. Okay, and so very, very fascinating. If you want to use these as a resource, you can do that. Okay, but again, you're going to write a short research paper. Okay, so when it talks about that, it needs to be 3 paragraphs. You need to have evidence to support your claims here. Okay. This should not be something that you just write out and you do not have cited. If you do not have something cited, you're going to get docked. I will give you a 0 on this. Okay. You are in high school now. And so please cite your evidence, have evidence in there to show what spider silk has done. Okay. And again, you can pick whatever topic. If you just want to do a topic on what is spider silk, do that. If you want to do it on how they've used spider silk in today's society, do it on that. Pick whatever you'd like, but please, you need to have evidence in there because this is a research paper. Okay? Well, you guys, I hope this helped clarify some stuff and opened your eyes to some things. I really think this is some fascinating stuff here. And botany and zoo, a lot of us, a lot of people might say, oh, it doesn't change that much. But I wanted to show you this because you can see very recently how um, important it is that we research and understand the living things around us, and we can maybe use that stuff to make our life better, to cure things, to cure diseases, and make just our lives just a better place, a better, or make our lives a happier life, I guess. So, anyways, I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you next time.